I'm Dad.
And I'm Kristen.
And today we're going to test and review the 2019 Subaru Outback.
Is it cool?
Or is it crap?
All right.
Every Outback has a choice of two engines. There's a 4-cylinder 2.5 liter with 175 horsepower, which this particular one has, CVT transmission. The upgraded engine is a 6-cylinder with 265 horsepower and a CVT transmission as well. Some nice cladding along the bottom here, and this particular model has some nice fog lamps.
Along the side here, we have these sweet 18-inch aluminum rims. Moving further back, you see further body cladding here, and then we also have a built-in roof rack. Another lovely feature of this Subaru is the fact that you can open the hatch with the key fob. Within the hatch, you'll see several other lovely features. We have some lay-flat seats that give you a huge amount of capacity, as well as a cover for any valuables you might leave in the trunk.
What's neat about the Outback is that it can tow 3,000 pounds with the 4-cylinder or with the 6-cylinder. And that's really cool, and this has got a 2-inch receiver hitch already on it, and so you can get the good gas mileage of the 4-cylinder when you're not towing, and also have the option of towing up to 3,000 pounds. That tows a medium-sized boat. All right, so here we are in the interior. It's quite a nice interior, I think. It is the limited model, of course. And if we start over here with the steering wheel, it's leather wrapped. It has many controls on the actual steering wheel, including, of course, the usual volume controls and phone. And it also has, though, heated steering wheel on this particular model, and the adaptive cruise, lane assist hold, brake automatically, all with the eyesight cameras. And that's, again, something that is standard on the 2019 and up Subaru Outbacks.
In terms of some of the, more luxury or comfort-based features, we have here a great 8-inch screen. It has both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Moving on down, you see we have these heated seats, great for a Winnipeg winter. We have dual zone climate control. The AC blows very cold. It's lovely. And then in terms of some of the little extras, we have this kind of faux wood cladding here, which I'm actually a big fan of. I think it lends kind of a retro feel to it.
I'd say woodsy. I think woodsy would be more closely.
Outdoorsy.
Maybe outdoorsy. Outback's
it harkens back to like the 70s station wagon.
Come on, my parents had a Pinto station wagon that was orange with wood paneling, and that does not harken back to the Pinto station wagon, which I, by the way, totaled is my first car accident, if you want to throw in a fun story. But of course, this is the time for a dad joke. I don't know if you saw this one coming, but there was this magician on this cruise ship, and he did his first trick, and in the first row was a gentleman with a parrot on his shoulder. And the parrot squawked loudly, "I know how to do that one." And so the magician was a little miffed, and he did the second trick. The parrot repeats exactly the same. "I know how to do that one too." Every trick, the parrot says he knows how to do this. So the magician finally brings out his grand finale. And he's going through the big motions. He's about to reveal the big ending, and the ship hits this huge rock, splits it in half, instantly sinks. The only survivors on a little piece of wood is the magician and the parrot. 3 days go by. Not a word is said. Finally, the fourth day, the parrot says to the magician, "Okay, I give up. I don't know how you made the ship disappear."
I heard that one already.
I don't even know if I told you that one before. I can't remember. I have too many jokes and too many people. All right, one thing we didn't talk about was the back seat, though. Back seat has got heated seats as well.
As well as some vents, which can keep you nice and cool back there.
You and Matt would always play around. Oh, we shouldn't even do that because we're pretending this is not even our car. That's okay.
We're pretending it's not our car? Okay.
It's okay.
I didn't know what we were pretending.
There we go.
That's true. We don't want people to see, oh, are you blurring the license plates on these things?
I might. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
That's wise.
It doesn't matter. You have to get a serial number anyway. Anyhow, one of the last things that this Subaru has is called X mode, where my little finger is here, and that puts the all-wheel drive system into a more alert system where it will even spin less tires, and it's sort of when you're in a little bit of trouble at low speeds. It automatically it disengages as you're going, and also hill descent as well, which also brakes and lets you go downhill. So it's a bit more outdoorsy and built more for outside than a lot of the other SUVs it competes against. Okay, so our family has owned 4 of these Subaru Outbacks. I'm just going to say it. And
you don't have to tell them that this one's ours.
Yeah, well, I know so much about them. So then I thought, you know what? I will just say this is our 4th one. We usually drive them for we buy one that's a little bit used, and then we drive it for 3 or 4 years, and then sell it and get another one. And the resale of these vehicles is super, super high. And that's one of the reasons that we have bought a bunch of these Subaru Outbacks, is that they're so easy to sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're biased in all of our reviews. Pro Subaru Outback people is.
Well, I also know there's some things about the Subarus that aren't perfect, and so one of them is the tip-in of the gas pedal. And you probably noticed it when you were driving it. You push it down a little bit, it goes whoa, like crazy, and then you think, well, this car's got to have like 500 horsepower, and then you floor it, and it doesn't go any faster. So it feels really fast. And around the city, it's fast, but you try to pull out on the highway, it's like, oh, go baby, go. So the 4-cylinder is not the speed demon. There is a turbo model with the XT, which I probably would like to buy next, but it was a lot more money. And I think the towing capacity goes down a little bit. I didn't want that because we do have an old boat that we like to tow once in a while, especially to get it fixed.
Yeah, I did notice that when driving this car in comparison to mine, where the gas pedal's a little bit softer, that I was using the amount of pressure I normally would to get my car going, and I was taking off like a shot down the road.
Yeah. So it's based on the Legacy platform, which is a sedan, and so therefore it drives very much like a car. It handles like a Legacy, same engine and drivetrain as the Legacy, but it's all-wheel drive all the time, and that's not the same as other vehicles.
Yeah, I think you were saying that that's actually a pretty big advantage. Doesn't cost you a lot in terms of gas mileage, but gives you a lot better performance.
Yeah, winter performance. And we live in Winnipeg, which has snow on the ground 7 months of the year. So for us, having a higher raised vehicle was a big deal. And so for us, in terms of all-wheel drive, it handles a lot of snow. We put winter tires on this thing in the winter, and it feels like you're driving like a snowmobile. We've also owned RAV4 and CRVs.
Yeah, as comparison vehicles, they all have all-wheel drive options. They're all kind of more of the SUV style platform, yeah. And they're all kind of in similar price ranges.
Yeah, it's a tough call. The Civics and the RAV4s, great vehicles. They basically come as front-wheel drive. You have to add all-wheel drive as an option, and then it's not all-time all-wheel drive. It basically has computers sensing spin in some of the back tires, and it has clutches that will then put the power to those things. But I have found that sometimes you have one spinning right front tire and the back left will be spinning away too, and we're still stuck. So for wintertime, I found that the Subaru really outclasses the CRV and the Toyota RAV4. Resale value, all of them sell really, really well. They are 3 great vehicles. The Forester, oddly enough, is another Subaru, which is based on the smaller chassis of the Legacy. No.
You said this one's the Legacy.
This is the Legacy. It's the other one. Get on my lane, buddy. It's based on Impreza. The Impreza chassis is a little smaller, so you get similar cubic feet room. Okay, buddy, you can go. But you get a narrower vehicle and a little taller vehicle. So it doesn't have as much hip room, and it can't tow as much, and it has the same engines and transmission. So for us, the Subaru Outback was a much better buy, and it wasn't a lot more money, though it is a little longer. For some people, they may want a little bit of a shorter vehicle. So anyhow, I'm going to accelerate here. Floor out, flat out. Like, that's not going so fast. That's how long it took to go to 100 kilometers an hour. I think it's around 9.5 seconds, which is not substantial. But it still pulls trailers, it still pulls things. And what I love about this vehicle, it soaks up bumps. You can go over Winnipeg's potholes. It doesn't matter if you're on Marion Street, Goulet Street. Winnipeg watchers will know what I'm talking about. You can lose entire Volkswagen Beetles in some of those potholes. You drive downtown. How bad are Winnipeg roads?
Oh, I mean, as you know, I drive a small car, although luckily it's a little bit raised, and I've almost lost a full wheel in some of those potholes. It's awful.
Yeah, this thing handles big bumps really well, and that's what it's really meant for. It's a bit more outdoorsy. It is meant for handling uneven pavement. It's a little bit raised more than other SUVs, and I happen to like the looks that it doesn't look like every other SUV out there. I get so confused now between Escapes and the Hyundai products, and and the Kia products, you have to look twice or look for a badge to figure out. Everybody knows this is a Subaru, and this platform has been sold since 2010. They started on this particular platform, so it's old. And every single one we've had has had exactly the same engine, exactly the same CVT. All I do is update a little bit of the dash and some of the technology, and the eyesight is awesome. Subaru's safety features are really, really good. 5-star crash rating, by the way, on this vehicle. Super rare, and so love it for that.
In terms of upgrades, though, there is one minor inconvenience that I think drives us a little bit crazy. Maybe you wouldn't find that for yourself. Every time you turn on the car, even if you had the radio off or like lowest volume when you initially, like you powered it down, it's gonna come on, and it's gonna come on loud.
Yeah, I hate that. Can't be turned off. Drives great. I think it's got lots of room in the back seat for kids or for parents or for anything, or dogs. And so for us, it's been great. And I think most car magazines will say it's great. In terms of reliability, very, very good, except for the CVT transmission. It seems like CVTs just aren't awesome. And there have been some people who have complained about them failing early, and the problem is they really can't be fixed.
Yeah.
It's a $7,000 bill.
Yeah, they have the extended warranty on some of them.
On the earlier, I think from 13 to 15, they extended the warranty for 100,000 kilometers, or 100,000 miles.
It's not a fix; it's a full replace. Eh?
It's a full replace. So I might be nervous to keep this thing really, really long, but there's been people who've had a lot of kilometers and nothing's happened to it. Okay, this is our Desert Donut segment. You're smiling.
And in this case, we have a
donut. Wait. Why do we have a donut? Because the Subaru has all-wheel drive all the time. So if you try to spin it, the back end does not come around. It actually pushes, and the remote and the emergency brake isn't a hand lift. It's a little button. You have to push it. It goes. And I always have to remember that if I pull it back, it puts it on, and I go, whoa, horsey. And then when I want to make sure I'm going before I take off, I giddy up. And that's how I remember how that button works. But unfortunately, it doesn't donut at all. So we had to buy a donut. And so I went to Tim Hortons. Since the Subaru is such a popular vehicle, I asked these people at Tim's, what's their most popular donut? And
they split between the Boston cream and the apple fritter, and we felt the apple fritter was representative of the Subaru Outback for a couple of reasons. It's a little it's got heft to it. It's a little rustic feeling because of the apples and the cinnamon.
And the word fritter. Fritter means kind of like outdoorsy, or like you're on a campfire cooking or something.
And it's popular because this
super
is a
popular
car.
I know. Well, I asked them for the largest apple fritter they had, and it was doing fine in the bag until we forgot to do the donut segment, so I had to grab the camera, and I sat in the front seat.
So a really flat donut to review today, which in that way is not representative of the Subaru Outback.
No, it has a flat 4-cylinder engine though.
Whoa! But as every mom on the planet would say, it still tastes the same. So let's have some.
I haven't even seen it. I looked at it in the bag after I sat in it.
I don't know. Can we?
I don't know.
It's a little flat.
Oh, okay. Part of it's okay. That's not terrible.
How much of this do you want?
I don't know. We'll take a bite, and we'll have to review the donut. Oh, we both get thin and thick. Okay.
Still a good donut. Even flat.
This is my dad's favorite donut.
As a young kid, I didn't appreciate the apple fritter much. It's grown on me in my old age.
It's better than apple pie. in my opinion.
Wow.
I'm a kind of a donut kind of guy, though.
I know you are. I'm not much of a donut person myself.
I almost went for the Boston cream, but I had to save it for a very special car. I don't know which car it's going to be yet, but it's going to have to be the best car I review because Boston cream is the best donut. So, but this is tasty.
We say a lot of controversial things on this show. I don't know how the Boston cream comment will rank comparatively. Maybe there's some hardcore apple fritter lovers out there.
Way better though than the plain old fashioned that we had for the Montana van, which we have not posted because it was our first review and it was a little brutal. It'll show up sometime.
Bonus features.
As
Venmo me $30. I'll send you the rough draft.
So how does the 2019 Subaru Outback rate? Reliability? Through all the years these have been made, they are considered to be very good in reliability. The CVT transmission has had a few issues, particularly in the 2013-2015 models. Some forums have users who've talked about battery draining issues, but we've never encountered that. 4 ice cream trucks. Practicality. A Swiss Army knife analogy works best for this vehicle. Tow 3,000 pounds with either engine. Big cargo and passenger room. Built-in and hidden roof rack. All-wheel drive, all the time. 5 ice cream trucks. Fuel economy. Pretty good if you have the 4-cylinder, which gets 7 liters per 100 highway and 9 liters per 100 city. Less pretty good with the 6, add about 20% to your fuel bill. Overall, 4 ice cream trucks for the 4-cylinder, which is the one we tested. Safety. The 2019 Outback rates highly for crash safety and comes packed with standard safety features including forward collision warning, adaptive cruise control, lane departure assist, and automatic emergency braking. It is truly weird to have your vehicle alert you if the vehicle ahead is braking quickly or even if it slowly crawls forward at a stoplight. 5 ice cream trucks. Performance. This is its weakest category if you have the 4-cylinder. 175 horsepower isn't enough to get up and go, whereas the 6-cylinder at 265 horsepower is much more powerful but uses more gas. Both models have 4-wheel disc brakes and handle very well with little leaning in the corners, and a progressive brake pedal is standard. It has sharp tip-in, so it will feel very quick in the city with partial throttle, but there really is almost no oomph if you mash the pedal to the floor. 2 ice cream trucks. Technology. Subaru has great safety features with the standard eyesight in the 2019 and up models. If you're shopping for an older model, it would be in our opinion that you would source out an eyesight model, just for the safety stuff. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto are included, but no charging pad in this particular year. 4 ice cream trucks. Quality. The fit and finish of the 2019 Outback is very good. The leather seating surfaces feel premium, and the dash and the door materials are mostly soft touch. The interior isn't the newest looking on the block, but is solid and looks like it will wear well. 4 ice cream trucks. Aesthetics. There are very few unique all-wheel drive options in the marketplace. Most North American drivers shy away from wagons, so the style of the SUV is copied from manufacturer to manufacturer. Some may think the Outback looks a little dated, but in our opinion it stands out in a crowd of copycats. 4 ice cream trucks. Value. The Outback is priced comparatively to the other mid-size SUVs in the market, though it comes with standard all-wheel drive all the time. Its high reliability and resale value give it a solid 5 ice cream trucks.
Subaru has been in the lifted wagon segment since 1994 when they threw some cladding and mud flaps on a legacy station wagon. Within years, they had lifted the wagon, added horsepower, and started to differentiate it from the legacy wagon. Paul Hogan from Crocodile Dundee pitched the wagon in 1996, and sales increased dramatically. It wasn't until 2015 in the 5th generation model that the Outback separated from its legacy roots. Every time Subaru changes the legacy unibody, the Outback changes.
So let's compare a few of the 2019 era competitors in our Does It Compare segment. We'll compare the Outback to its brother the Forester, the Honda CR-V, and the Toyota RAV4. They all have great resale value, 5-star crash ratings, and there are literally almost no lemons in the bunch.
The Subaru Outback is the largest of the bunch, with great resale value, full-time all-wheel drive, very good reliability, and can tow 3,000 pounds. Some negatives are a weak 4-cylinder engine, possible CVT problems, and some don't like the station wagon looks.
The Subaru Forester is smaller than the Outback, but taller. It too is quite reliable except for perhaps the CVT. Some negatives are its meager 1,500 pound towing capacity, and it looks like many other SUVs.
The Honda CR-V, though smaller than the Outback, actually has more passenger room. It has an available turbo engine, but can only tow 1,500 pounds. Some problem areas have been poor transmissions and shifters, some safety recalls and collision warning issues. It also looks like much of the competition.
Finally, the Toyota RAV4. It is the only vehicle in this group which offered a hybrid powertrain. It too has a 5-star safety rating and high resale value. Some negatives are, surprisingly, base 2.5-liter engine problems and recalls, testy transmission, fuel system issues, and coolant leaks. 7 recalls and 168 technical service bulletins have put a bit of a stain on the usual Toyota reliability expectations. All right, so it's time for our final evaluation here.
Subaru fans and continuity experts may notice with a keen eye that this is filmed on a separate day. It's rained, Dad's wearing a different shirt. I've decided to commit and wear the same outfit, but we forgot to film this part. So
we're gonna get better.
Opinions.
We're gonna get better at this eventually.
You're getting our opinions after they've marinated for a little bit.
Yeah, you're getting a bonus feature here of thinking about it. So what's your evaluation of the Subaru Outback?
I give the Subaru Outback 4 out of 5 cool ice cream cars. The reason why
Don't you mean like trucks?
Well, this is a car.
Okay.
I'm going to 4 out of 5 cool ice cream cars. The reason I'm deducting 1 is because it's not my favorite in terms of styling. It very much looks like a station wagon, and that's just not my style. I'm more of an SUV person. And also I'm deducting 1 for both the lack of power as well as the fact that the gas pedal tip-in is just a little much for me.
All right, I'm also giving it 4 ice cream trucks, not cars, for probably the same reasons, but I feel the power isn't great. If I was rebuying this, I probably would maybe go for the turbo model. I don't know if I go for the 6 because of the gas mileage being quite a bit lower. But the turbo model on the newer models, they didn't have it in 2019, would be probably where I'd go with that. And the CVT transmission isn't perfect. It works okay, but I am a little bit hesitant about its longevity and if it's going to last a long time. I think the newer ones are better. There isn't a lot to say that they are falling apart yet. So that's why I'm taking a little bit off, but it is the Swiss Army knife. It does everything that someone would need to do. It's tons of room. It's got good quality in terms of the interior. It can haul 3,000 pounds. I've said it a bunch of times. The roof rack works really well. You can hide it. Doesn't make wind noise when you hide it. So there we go. There's our evaluation of the 2019 Subaru Outback.